good morning, good afternoon, good night. Whenever you are enjoying this podcast.
Good evening.
Thank you for listening. This is the Kas Show with Chris Ryan. I'm your host, Eric So.
And I'm Chris Ryan.
A lot happened in sports this week. The Dolphins kicked an onside kick up big just to stick it to Denver.
Thank you for that. I hate the Broncos. Everyone's trying to stick to the Patriots. Think that
Oh,
just
be
a bunch
quiet.
of frauds, dirty players.
Get out of here.
That hit wasn't that bad.
I don't need that.
Like it was.
I don't need you to get to the polls. I don't need this. I don't need it.
Suspension, but anyways, the poll from last week was: did you know DeMarcus Cousins had a better career three-point percentage than Lonzo Ball? 50% of you said yes. 50% of you are lying. Nobody knew that. There's no way you knew that. Big man.
The Ball family made news yet again this week after Lamel, the middle one. After the middle one was in a China prison for theft, his father pulled him from UCLA. So him and the little one, LiAngelo, they sound like Ninja Turtles. They don't even sound like people anymore. They're gonna play together overseas, and they're both getting shoe deals, and they've signed with an agent, which knows their college eligibility. But Chris, I have a question for you.
What's your question here?
If they can't play in America because now they're technically not amateurs, and the only place to play overseas is in China, where are they going to play?
Your questions is...
Are you going to play in China? Are you going to go back to the place where you were in a jail cell?
I don't understand it because when the news broke, the headline was LeVar decides to pull LiAngelo, whatever his name is, from UCLA. The dude's an adult. Shouldn't it have been LiAngelo decides to play over? It was LeVar. It's like he's treating them like they're 8 years old. Like, you're going to do what I say.
I don't want to talk about the Ball family. They have their own reality show. It's fine. Yeah,
we're going to hear about them for the next 30 years, so we don't need to.
Because Lonzo going to lead the Lakers to 30 championships. No, I'm just kidding. The Warriors are fun. JaVale McGee was in the layup line before a game, and he was wearing his gold chain. And when commenter and NBA legend Jim Barnett went up to talk to him and said, "Hey, JaVale, you can't wear that during the game," he gave it to him. So he did the whole game commentating wearing the gold chain. And then JaVale McGee changed his Twitter photo to Jim Barnett, this old white man, wearing the gold chain. And it's hilarious. For those of you that don't know, Jim Barnett looks like the guy that's always commenting on your mom's Facebook statuses.
He really does.
We can put it on the poll, but that's what he looks like.
Sticking with the Warriors, Durant has now been kicked out of 3 of their games already this year. We're not even, it's early December, very early in there. If he keeps up this pace, he's going to be fined from the league and possibly suspended. And Steph Curry is also out at least 2 weeks with an ankle injury, which could force more time for Durant to be on the floor, in turn giving him a larger opportunity to be suspended.
I don't really see that as a problem. Durant just played yesterday, and he was on the floor because Steph Curry and Draymond Green both didn't play, and he had a triple-double. He had a great game, and they balled out. And yeah, they were down 20, but at the end of the game, they won. And that's all that matters.
I really dislike the triple-double stat because obviously Russell...
It's impressive.
Yeah, but it doesn't... Russell Westbrook got,
You're just mad because no one on the Celtics gets triple-doubles.
I'm not mad at all. If the Celtics were undefeated and nobody got a triple-double, I would much rather prefer that. I think it's an overrated stat, but that's for another day.
Let's see you get a triple-double. It's an overrated stat. A lot of football talk this week. There were big hits. There were suspensions. Are the Eagles bad now? Is Alex Smith back? That's not what we're here to bring you. Here on the Kas Show, we give you what's important. And that's that it is reported by ESPN that Roger Goodell has signed his extension through the next 5 years. It's worth up to $200 million, which is $40 million a year over the next 5 years. And in terms of Chris Ryan, just to really stick it to him, that's double what Tom Brady makes.
But it's okay because Giselle's net worth is like 3 times Tom's. No, it's just...
Do you ever think about that? Is that a thing where like Patriots fans are like, oh no, it's fine, his wife is killing it?
Hey, I mean... I would much rather my quarterback take a pay cut to build the team around him because it's clearly worked. Now, I don't understand why he got an opportunity to resign. I haven't heard one person say, I like Roger Goodell.
I like Roger Goodell.
Well, you're lying.
I like his ability to negotiate because the original contract was $250 million and an airplane for the rest of his life. And... And then he's like, well, we're going to take away the airplane. He's like, well, 250? They're like, 200. And he's like, that's fine.
That's all right.
So double Tom Brady?
You ask for the mountain, you get the hill. I like that. I like that analogy. All right. Well, moving on from a lot of people think that we only talk about sports on the show, but Harry,
I'll just say gingerbread's overrated.
No, and
Gingerbread's overrated. I didn't get to do this on the podcast last month, but pumpkin is also overrated.
Okay, see, I can agree with you.
And I always do the same thing. Oh, it's not, you don't eat it year round, and people don't like that. When people argue with you, they say, "Oh, well, it's just the time of year, and it's nice, and it's seasonal, and it's fun." All right, if it's fun, bring it to my 4th of July barbecue. Because if you bring a gingerbread house to my 4th of July barbecue, you will be eating at someone else's 4th of July barbecue.
See, you're tripping, though, because gingerbread is very good. I agree. Pumpkin pie, everything pumpkin, oversaturated in the market.
All pies are better. All other pies are better.
You're wrong. But
apple pie, blueberry pie, chocolate cream pie, pecan pie, all better.
You're arguing with me on the pie. I agree with you. Pumpkin pie.
Chicken pot pie.
Pumpkin pie, very mediocre.
All 3 of those things are great.
I'd give it a 6 out of 10. But gingerbread? Gingerbread's amazing.
Bring it to my barbecue.
One more.
Put it on the poll. If you brought pumpkin pie if someone brought pumpkin pie to your 4th of July barbecue, would you let them stay? That's it.
At least they brought something.
That's it.
That's it.
Don't bring anything then.
Do you like eggnog?
Eggnog's cool.
Okay. Okay, we can still be friends.
Eggnog cool. Throw some bourbon in there.
Thank you guys for listening this week and every week. If you enjoy what you heard, hit that subscribe button and follow us on Twitter at Kas Podcast because Harry doesn't like to give Chris credit on Twitter. KASPODCAST.
Applebee's has $1 Long Islands. Let's go.